All right, hey, what's going on, guys? Gnarlord here. We're back at it again from the YouTube video, and this is another This Week at Bungie. So, this week at Bungie, we are saying thank you to our generous community for all the incredible contributions to this year's Game to Give charity initiative with the Bungie Foundation. We're also offering some clarity into our terms of service regarding in-game behaviors and talking about a recent wave of strikes against Destiny 2 content creator community. And in an odd twist of events, even our own official channels. Yeah, that was kind of a weird one, guys. I'm kind of looking forward to some clarity on that one. It didn't hit us or anything, as far as I know. But yeah, anyways, a lighter Twab this week, but no less important. This week we are wanting to dive a little deeper into our recent Game to Give charity initiative, where the Bungie Foundation has donated all proceeds from the first 48 hours to Ukrainian relief efforts, while also doing some good for kids in need and a variety of other light-worthy initiatives. It was another great year despite being all virtual again, filled with good times, a giant wheel that made Cosmo's arm much stronger after so many spins, and some awkward dancing with wigs from our dev team. We also saw Guardians from all over the world heed the call and contributed their own communities for a good cause, which provided lasting memories to cherish for a lifetime, while also giving back to the world that we call home. Ready for this week's Twab? Roll the clip. And by that we mean go to the next section. Okay. All right, guys. Doing a little good one light at a time. Another year, another great opportunity to give the good work at Bungie Foundation for this year's Game to Give charity initiative. This year, the community banded together once more to raise hype and funds for a variety of good causes, including Ukrainian humanitarian efforts. And you can learn more about that right here. So we click on that link. Children's hospitals and even rehabilitation for veterans reintegrating into the civilian world. As a vet myself, this was something I was not personally aware of before joining the team, and I was ecstatic for yet another reason to support the continued efforts of this organization. But it's not about me, it's about you and the work that we've done together to make the world just a smidge bit better for all. From a spinning wheel filled to the brim with prizes to an inside look inside some of Destiny's best content, this year's Game to Give event ended on a high note. How high, you might be wondering? We've got the Bungie Foundation here to break it all down. All right, sick, guys. So let's go ahead and break into this, I guess. So, Bungie Foundation. Wow, we were completely blown away by the generosity you all showed throughout this year's Game to Give fundraising campaign in support of Bungie Foundation's charitable pillars of children's health and well-being, humanitarian aid, and inclusion, diversity, and equity. Thanks to you all, Game to Give raised a record amount of $2.11 million. Sorry, $2,011,025. We reached this incredible amount of funding because of 38,500 plus donors and 575 fundraisers who supported across 103 countries. To say this was a true global Guardian initiative was an understatement. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for showing us once again how truly special the Bungie community is through your care and compassion for those in need around the world. Countries from all over the world participated in the latest charity drive, showing the true power of what gaming community is capable of. Together, we are able to provide emotional and social support to more than 100,000 children through entertainment and iPad goodness. Together, we've sent medical aid to Ukraine during an immense time of crisis. Yes, I don't know if you've seen the news lately. And together, we've helped diverse youth get the education they want in STEM fields and efforts to reduce racism in the world of gaming development. Together, we should be proud. If you listen closely, you may even hear Shaq screaming in victory for all these accomplishments, making our space uncles proud, one charity at a time. Yeah, so great job, guys, if you participated. We really appreciate that. Clarification of account security policies. Okay, so last year we updated our Destiny 2 security policy and how we would be taking action against account recoveries and account boosting services. Now, we're diving a little deeper into that, but first, a small recap on what these services are and why they are against our guidelines. As noted in our account restrictions and banning policies articles in terms of service found here and here, you can click those links. It is reference that players agree to not allow access to their Destiny 2 accounts to anyone outside of their umbrella of ownership. Account boosting also falls under this restriction, which is where players will relinquish their account to boost their light levels and earn certain high-level gear, which puts an unfair investment into one's character when paired up against those playing the game organically. So, I mean, I was going to say, this came up a couple years ago. Either way, they really cracked down on people, the account recoveries for trials. That was the biggest thing. And then they cracked down on just people, lending their accounts out to whomever to work on it, basically, get their light level up when they were at work, basically. That's kind of where that all stemmed from. So using these types of services can tarnish competitive activities like Trials of Osiris, there you go, or even reduce the value of rewards and activities like raids and Grandmaster Nightfalls. To protect the integrity of these experiences, we are issuing the appropriate reprimands to a number of accounts according to our policy. Our security team has had this to say about our policies regarding account sharing and other in-game behaviors that can jeopardize account integrity. Bungie product security teams in August 2021, Bungie adjusted its policy to clarify that account recovery, boosting, and players that benefit from these services were in violation of terms and service. Since then, we have closely monitored suspected activity and issued our first ban against our first ban wave against identified violators. We want to assure the community that we are fairly enforce these policies on player conduct for even the most skilled or well-known players. Destiny is an evolving experience. We will continue to update these policies to make the game more enjoyable and safe experience for all players. We will continue to update the community on our further evolution of these game policies. But for now, you can read up on the current stance right here. So if you want more, guys, it's right here. So, player support. Winter is over. Yeah, first day of spring was last week. I know here in Indiana we've been experiencing some decent weather. Actually, it's been kind of rainy today, unfortunately, but. Another week, another report from the ever-diligent player support team. This is the team that works tirelessly to track down all reported issues from players, no matter the size of the issue. They don't have capes, but maybe they should. While we look into cape sizing, the team's latest report centers around Rahul's destination materials, devour times, and more. So this is a report. So raid emblem update. If you guys want to check into more of that stuff as far as known issues, just go right there. But honestly, I think they fixed a lot of stuff in the hot fix earlier this week. So the raid emblem update, we've hit a snag along the process. So it looks like they had a bit of a snag, and they're going to notify us here at a later date when that's fixed. But if you finish the raid in the first 48 hours, you will get your raid emblem. It's just a matter of time until they fix the whatever issues happening. Another hotfix is scheduled for Tuesday, March 29. Hotfix 4.0.0.5 will be released in the world. Updates, server status, all that good stuff. So at 9 a.m., Destiny server maintenance begins. 9:45, Destiny's brought offline. 10 a.m., hotfix begin rolling out. At 11 a.m., Destiny maintenance completes. So look forward to that. Ps4 Hdr update. Earlier in the season, we asked PlayStation 4 players to turn off HDR to prevent crashing on their systems. We believe that this issue has been resolved with hotfix port 4.0.0.4. If players continue having issues, please report to our help forum. There's a few known errors right now. Ozymancy gloves lose a grenade charge after dying. The devour timer isn't consistent when killing multiple enemies at once compared to killing one enemy. Players in Xbox are crashing at higher rates than usual. Actually, we had a crash yesterday, and I was surprising. I literally said something about, like, oh, we've got a problem, and then my game literally crashed. We were just loading in, and it froze, and hey, you know what? Shit happens. Rahul's planetary materials aren't rotating. For a full list of emergent issues in Destiny 2, players can visit the known issues article here. Not a whole lot of known issues, honestly, right now. The game's running pretty good. It's just, some crashes on the Xbox Series X and S. All right, takedown clarification. So this is the big one about the, for whatever reason, YouTube was hitting a bunch of people with copyright strikes. So over the past week, we have noticed an escalation in strikes against content creators in Destiny 2 community, both big and small. And while some of the takedowns in the past have been legitimate violations of our established standards, many recent strikes were issued for content that does not violate these terms. This prompted us to release the following statement from the Bungie channel saying, "We are aware of a series of copyright takedowns on YouTube, and we're actively investigating, which includes our own Bungie content." So essentially, even Bungie got hit with their own with copyright strikes from YouTube, which is stupid because it's it's their game. So kind of weird. These actions are not being taken at the request of Bungie or our partners. Please stand by. We thought it might be Sony, and your boy thought it was Sony. I'll be honest. I'm not a huge fan of Sony to begin with. So, hey. Anyways, we also included a link to the intellectual property guidelines can be found here. So if you guys want to know anything, you click on that link. The most recent wave of takedowns was particular, and upon further investigation, we have confirmed that they have included some takedown actions from fraudulent accounts created and to impersonate our IP protection. All right, so it looks like there is some issues going on there. So somebody is literally impersonating Bungie accounts. Interesting. So Google has confirmed that the accounts that have submitted fraudulent legal requests to YouTube have been terminated and will no longer have access to Google products. All fraudulent submissions from these accounts will be reversed. Some have already been reversed. I saw Acid Cross got his stuff reversed yesterday. The process of these takedowns was an enforcement mistake by Google, and beyond rescinding the strikes and reinstating the videos, they're also working on process improvements to reduce the likelihood of similar mistakes to happen in the future. Please be patient as we work with YouTube to correct the fraudulent DMCA notices. In the meantime, we ask that you please refrain from harassing any member of the community or any employee of the CSC. We're going to cover a few misconceptions caused by this fraud. CSC, a Bungie partner that aids in IAP protection, did not go rogue or issue any unauthorized takedowns. Bungie does not use or authorize algorithmic takedowns on YouTube. All actions by CSC are reviewed and authorized by Bungie. Because these are human processes and rare occurrences, human error has occurred in which we have quickly worked to correct the issue. Bungie investigated the claims of suspicious takedown and found that several strikes were perpetuated by a bad actor that is not affiliated with Bungie or CSC, but who has impersonated CSC by falsifying lookalike email aliases. This attack occurred after a possible in response to a recent set of authentic takedowns of OST uploads. So, anyways, a long-winded explanation, but essentially there's a copycat Bungie out there, and they are taking care of it. So anyways, about the end of the Twab here, guys, so not really too long today. Movie of the week, so you've got a Time to Improvise, so interesting movie right there for you. Axion Bolts on Twitter, and then we've got some Artists of the Weeks, so nice little Rulk image right there. Drown in the Deep it's called, and then it looks like you dropped this queen from Crow. Crow is the worst. I hate Crow. I hope they kill him off soon. And then also, Now We Want Basketball and Destiny, thanks. Actually, yeah, that looks pretty dope, not gonna lie. Wow. Okay. Before we let you go, alright, so before we let you go, this is one more thing. Remember that nifty Val Disciple Raid Jacket that is a current reward for being among the first Guardians to beat the challenge. If not, no worries, there's a little refresher image below. For those of you that are hoping to get your hands on and their gamer tags and the latest merch, consider this your gentle reminder that the day to claim this reward is coming up fast, like end of the month fast, March 31st to be exact. So if you don't want to miss out, make sure to redeem that reward no later than 11:59 p.m. PT on March 31st. Otherwise, like our youth, this too shall slip through your fingers. Wow, hippie. Way to get existential here. All right, guys, so if you want the Raid Jacket, make sure you go ahead and claim that now. As always, we are continuing to parse through feedback as players help shape the future of what the Destiny verse has to offer. And look, I'm not mad that you guys don't also tag us in some sweet dad jokes. I'm just disappointed, but please send dad jokes for real. We've got more on the way, but for now, thank you again for being an amazing community you are and sharing with us your struggles and triumphs. You're amazing, and don't let anyone make you feel differently. Until next time, stay fresh, be kind, kick all the butt in-game. I should go. Hippie. All right, boys, that's your Twab for 3/24/22. Yeah, kind of a short one today, but hey, you know what? We're gonna hop back into the game. So, if you wouldn't mind, guys, drop me a follow, subscribe here on YouTube. That is free if you want to go ahead and support the channel. Also, I'll go ahead and have links in the description below for everything else, as far as TikTok, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. Other than that, guys, we will see you back out there, and yeah, take it easy, guys.